Hi everyone, it's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I never do this alone. Hi ladies, how you guys doing?
We're good.
So
what's starting better with you today?
Who is crashing today? Because usually four. Who crashed?
Who else will crash?
Crasher in chief.
Stuff where you're crashing today. All right. Anyway, maybe Miriam, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing amazing. You know, it's been a year since I first joined the ladies.
Really?
Well, not joined officially. My audition, my live audition was in December. So it's been a whole year. Facebook reminded me. I mean, I remember when I did it, I did not even think you guys would call me back. So I was just happy to have come and sat down on the couch with the ladies. I was so excited. So an amazing thing. 1 year. How a whole year can just change your whole life.
Fantastic.
I tell my husband when he says don't post, I say, but you see, Facebook will remind us. And those reminders, they are interesting. So let us post just so that Facebook can remind us 5 years down the line.
I was even thinking like we should have one of those reunions, ladies of Your View.
That would be so nice.
Have everybody from the start come back for an episode, have the chairs behind, and we just have a conversation. You know, how's live been, light day, everybody. It's be so nice to have us there one of these days. We'll plan it. Tops, how are you?
I'm good. I don't know. Seems like I need to get nebulizer inside my house now because my son tends to have this. Not tend to, because we've had this is our third time having this year, and somebody was saying that maybe it's asthmatic, but thank God we went to a general hospital because we've done private and spent a lot of money on treating him. And they said the guy had written down a full prescription for asthma, and then I said, I don't think it's asthma. Let's do more tests. And I said, no, it's not asthma. It's just infection of the lung. Do you understand? So, but here we've treated asthma first time, we've treated something like asthma second time, and it took us going to the general hospital for someone who's seen many of this to say, it looks like asthma, but it might not be asthma.
So you have to be careful because my son too has that issue. I mean,
my son is prone to allergies, so you have that cold, the cough, the chest.
What we do is we make sure there's no air conditioner in their room, ventilation, cross ventilation. Just we take caution, no fans. You know, just make sure there's free, even there's fan, but make sure that there's proper ventilation in the room. So
you check their mosquito nets, and because I decided I'm taking out the mosquito nets because the coughs will stop. I'm taking it out.
When I'm doing
properly disinfecting,
palm oil,
that's dust.
Bleaching your oil, don't put it, shut the door. It doesn't have to be there. Anytime anything that has to do with fumes, paint.
No, but if it's infection, then you need to check what is in the house. So it picks
so that's the condition we're in.
Melesha,
you'll be all right.
to enjoy Christmas.
My son used to have that.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Like 7 years ago, I think they'll be out of it.
I met this very nice, wonderful Nigerian yesterday. Akorede. He's an Uber driver. So I decided to leave my car. I was going to Igbokuta yesterday for my late friend's memorial that I'm planning to do this year with his sister. I had to leave my car in the office, and there was no car. I said, this Uber guy, Nima, hi. I said, I'm going to, I'll drop you.
Was it free?
Free, of course.
Wow.
Very nice guy.
Nima, you said
I wanted to pay him. He said, no, it's okay, thank you so much.
Please, I need to be saying that Uber people. Anybody I say, they'll charge you. They say because you're on your view, that's why you have money.
You see, Nima, I don't know. When we go out, I remember the last time we went for that fashion. Do you see how people were giving her stuff? I'm like, okay. She had to say, okay, thank you. How much does this cost?
My
just throw stuff at
Please,
Nima.
you're taking me out. I want a new friend.
You want to talk about wearing a nice top.
Yeah. Disco.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to have a
I'm always boring.
Everybody see.
Bottom box.
There are come people away. They're going to eat semo today.
I'm always boring. So BC got me this top and I loved it. So I told her that I loved it and she said she bought for herself. And before they were accused me on Instagram that I borrowed the top from her.
Borrow now. She borrowed.
There's no problem with borrowing.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not, don't worry, nothing. You cannot yab me.
Now it's my own turn to talk. Okay. I'm not doing so good. I still have my cough and cold, so I'll likely go to the hospital later on. The jet lag thing is still affecting me, so I sleep during the day and I'm awake all night. So maybe this holiday.
I travel go to Ghana as well. They say I have jet lag.
Oh my God!
Everybody wants to go. I know.
Well,
It's jet lag. I jet lag. Like it's like I'm jet lagged. In 1 week I'm jet lagged.
There's no time difference.
No, Abuja to Lagos 15 minutes.
Like
generally now there's no time for Mariah's banter.
Anyway, no. I'm glad to say how is jet lag doing? Yeah.
I'm not alright yet.
Mariah, you cannot fake it.
You don't believe me, really?
No, I'm not saying a lie. I'm just saying that a lot of Nigerians put that.
I was sleeping at 8.
I crashed.
Is teasing you.
There's this show that shows on E, and then like this rich children in Beverly Hills. Someone was like, "Oh, she's just jet lagged." Then the other rich girl was saying that it shows that you don't travel much.
Oh my goodness! My brother too. My brother comes around. He lives in the US and he comes around, and we think he's jet lagged. Next day he's off to Abuja. Next day he's going. It still depends on your system. Jet lag now.
It's not affecting my husband.
Yeah. So. Good. All right, for those of us that are not jet lagged, let's go on
You're fired.
Let's go on. When we come back, we're going to speed through this newspaper because it's just in Thursday. We don't have time to be talking about politics.
So we don't get jet lagged.
We'll be right back. Okay. Thanks for staying with us. The Punch. Drama protest as Buhari presents 8.83 trillion budget to National Assembly. Nima has that story. What happened? Me too, I have the story. 63 vehicles, 98 shops burnt in Lagos fire. Very sad. 20.9 million Nigerians jobless, says NBS. Now the figures, we've had 3 figures now. Peter Obi said 80-something million. Some people said 34 million. Now NBC is now coming as the figure is actually 20. NBS now saying is 20.9 billion. All right, we'll see.
Still a large number.
It keeps going down.
Man sets family of 4 ablaze in Lagos. Bade, Buhari orders probe as Jonathan ex-generals PDP mourn. Xmas, federal government declares Tuesday, Wednesday, and January 1st as public holidays. Okay, so which story? Let's take the human interest. The man that...
So this man, his name is Shola Adewumi.
Right.
I've been picked up by the police for allegedly setting a house ablaze because he, according to the investigations, he had a disagreement with this woman who has 3 kids. So he decided to set the house ablaze to kill all of them. So fire engulfed the house. They were, the neighbors were able to get in, break in, and rescue the woman and 2 of her children. But the last one, who's 5 years old, died. So the police is on the...
They've arrested him and they say it's premeditated because it was actually planned. So they're definitely going to...
On TV, and they said the way they were able to find him was he dropped his phone in the house, and they knew that he had an altercation with her before, so that was how they were able to trace him.
Oh, yikes. Really, really sad.
This is so sad.
All these prayers,
that's wickedness.
Wickedness. Those kind of...
But then, you're sorry. So maybe we should start to work on our psychology. Some people are just dealing with so much.
Now we're taking the accident that happened. Should we take it? Let's take it now because we're not... The 63 vehicles.
Okay, in Abulegba,
really sad.
Very sad story. But the good news about this news is that no lives were lost. Right. But they're saying that these are vandals. They had come the night before, according to eyewitnesses, with trucks, with 3 trucks, and they were scooping. They had broken the pipes, the NMPC pipeline, and then they were taking in the fuel, and they left, but did not tie the pipes back together. And so it kept flowing into the abattoir area. And the people that sell meat were also roasting cows and things like that. That's it.
That's my route,
around 1:30 p.m.
So this is not government, this is us. This is what we do to ourselves. I pity the lives and properties lost. There was a car dealer there who lost over 50 cars. Only him. You can imagine the amount of investments gone down the drain because of some people's selfishness. I hope that they get them. And they're made to pay in every way, monetary as well as...
it's good that you said that because the residents were saying that this happened in 2006 in December. And people came, scooped petrol and left, and nothing was done.
But they could have resisted this. That's the problem. Yeah. So somebody is vandalizing fuel within your area. We've seen what happened in Ikotun. An entire community wiped out. Always resist vandals in your community.
Also report them. Because we don't do that. So that's why they can come back and do the same thing. Let's move on now to The Nation. Buhari proposes 8.83 trillion naira budget for the 2019 fiscal year. Houses, cars destroyed in Lagos pipeline vandal. We'll talk about that. Manhunt for baddest killers. Excess crude accounts down by $1.68 billion. Access Bank eyes $447 million. Okay.
So Buhari, it's not even about the amount of the budget because they did not look at that. But our lead sopranos and very undignified and what they call them, undistinguished members of the Senate, led by Dino Melaye yesterday, shared and embarrassed the nation. Shared, or what? Okay, sorry. Mocked and embarrassed the nation when the president came into the joint plenary sitting of both houses to present the budget for next year. And the embarrassment continued to the extent the Senate president is usually expected out of normal thing is to give a speech right after the president has given his, and then they go into debate of it maybe next sitting. But this house is going on break already, and this is how they close the year. Very sad for me was the statement of the president when he said that the distinguished senators, let us remember the world is watching us. The old man still called them to order. And please, people of Kogi State, if you are watching, help us.
Nima, you're making it sound.
No. This voice was low. It was loud and most obvious in the situation of things. They should please help us, get us distinguished senators, truly distinguished to represent. I wondered what Yayi was doing. That's my own senator. I wonder what he was doing at that Senate. I was waiting to see. They had to, no, they shouldn't have descended. They had to now start to cheer as long as this was mocking. It was now serious chaos in the entire house.
It was obvious that there was a plan to distort the meeting because they had a placard ready. And by the time they brought the PDP members brought up the placard, there was a struggle, a serious struggle. They were shouting.
We need to move on, unfortunately, but the truth is that we'll discuss and debate about the intricacies of the budget, but not today. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. But we're just talking about what happened when they wanted to present. Initially, they thought it was the vice president wanted to talk.
The way they call it in Yoruba, Iwagbaya.
Who is Agbaya today now? I think you and Dino did the meeting because you're always on this case. Moving on to Vanguard. Subsidy on as Buhari presents 8.8 trillion naira budget. Anguish as full fire raises 100 houses, shops 50 cars in Lagos. Drug abuse, Yaba Psychiatric Hospital records 50% increase in patients. Let's see, Buhari, Jonathan, Atiku, Okowa, Jubrila, others condemn murder of Alex Bade. And stop targeting as Amnesty International, says Falana. Okay, so...
the drug abuse.
Yes, so
Yaba Psychiatric, Neuropsychiatric Hospital. They're saying that the number of people who are engaged in drug use and abuse have just increased. The numbers have risen from about 157 in 2017 to over 200 in 2018. And there are new cases, and they're hoping to open up the Oshodi Annex because of the number of Nigerians that are abusing drugs. This is really sad. I mean,
every day they intercept trucks carrying tramadol, and all that codeine and all. So obviously,
these are our young. And then the thing is that it's also our young people, which we can also relate to. We're talking of unemployment, the number of unemployed youths just sitting at home doing nothing.
Right.
I mean,
there's this new lifestyle of betting, and it gladly encourages this kind of idleness and unproductivity. And there's also the constant use that we take for granted, which is the Indian abuse. So you find people smoking in areas that...
Okay, let's move on very quickly now to the New Telegraph. Drama protest as Buhari presents the budget. We mentioned that already. Let's say a story we haven't taken. My husband subjects me to marathon sex for ritual, woman tells court. Telcos to refund subscribers over forceful subscriptions. NBS, Nigeria's unemployed population hits 20.9 million. Wow. So who is lying to us?
Or who is distorting the number?
Okay, that's the papers.
Okay, let's talk about the woman that...
This woman, her husband, Saga and Akim, were married 3 years ago. And then she said she noticed that the sexual activities happening between them were... Had increased, and the time was kind of particular. Yes. So it was always at night in the rushing and morning in the rushing. And then once it's done, she starts to hallucinate and have psychological issues. Then 2 weeks after, she checks under her pillow and finds a tira.
What's a tira?
Under. It's one small, that's all these affairs used to do for people.
Oh, okay.
He put it under her pillow. So obviously he was trying to use her for jazz. And then when she tries to talk, he beats her up and, So the court quickly
dissolved the marriage and they gave her custody.
She has custody of the child. they've awarded maintenance and is supposed to pay for the fees of the child.
It's 5,000 naira every month. What is that?
That's maintenance based on what he...
We need to work on that.
Based on what he can afford.
People are... poverty is on the increase in the country. People are actually broke, you know. And while we're getting distracted by what is happening in the National Assembly when budget is being presented, our excess crude oil account has been depleted to $631 million. And this has been happening consistently. If you remember back, Obasanjo left 9 billion.
I thought it was growing at the time.
It's not growing, it's depleted because that's the only money they are sharing. They just shared it for November now.
Let's be sure, because I think the figure is that's the figure that is missing, not the figure that is gone to.
As of December 19,
right,
the excess crude oil account has been depleted, left with the balance of $631 million. The figure was depleted by 72% just this month. 72% to settle every state within the month. So while everything that people are doing, just open your eyes, because this is our buffer. This is supposed to be our buffer to get loans and all of that.
Okay, let's move on, because I don't want us to go into that story yet until we're 100% sure of what the facts are. I know you're quoting the people, which is good that you read it, which is fine. We can't take the last paper, Daily Sun. There was the story I was going on, the fake wine factory in Lagos.
People should really be careful.
This Christmas they are giving out wines.
Exactly. Go to stores where you get them, because they uncovered this man at Okeado area with fruit wines, 2,000 bottles already labeled, packed, and 1,000 empty bottles. So let's just be careful. Let's get good wines from good stores. Known stores, credible stores.
Just be drinking water and fruit juice.
Or do zobo.
Drink water. Just drink water.
Like me, I need to go and buy drinks. I can't be drinking water in Christmas. What rubbish. Let's go on a break. It's Thursday. Today, we're talking about the most trending topic for the last 1 week. None other than Linda Ikeji. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be...
Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for making noise too on the show. All right, so since the birth of Linda Ikeji's son, a popular blogger here in Nigeria, she's had to face serious lashing from Nigerians, especially as regards her status as a single mother and the paternity of her son. Some even went as far as saying she wasn't really pregnant. The trolls did not stop, even after she revealed the identity of her baby's father. Now, forcing her to come out with a series of explanations as to why she kept the pregnancy secret and all the things she's done, and how to keep even the identity of her father. People are now wondering what exactly truly happened. You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. We're not here to bash Linda in any way, because we cannot judge her. So we're not here to do that. But we need to look at all the issues, because Nigerians will keep talking. And when you're out there in the news, people would make you news. So there are issues initially of, okay, was she really pregnant? Now, that one I don't think is anybody's business, really. But people were saying, let us know the truth. But do you think the way she went about the whole thing, keeping it secret at the time, made sense? Because then that gave a lot of trolls the opportunity to say so many things. They were swinging in different angles. Oh, is this person? Oh, there was a hospital. Oh, she did this in Ikeji. Oh, she did this. There were just so many angles to this story. In your view, how did, as a celebrity and the kind of person, the role she's played, the kind of role model she's been to a lot of people, do you think she went about the whole thing right?
In my personal opinion, and I know a lot of you know that, for me, your personal business is your personal business. You can separate it. She has a gossip column, and that's that. I mean, so people are allowed to make insinuations about your life, but you can decide what you want to put out there or what you want people to know. So I do not think that the way she went about it was necessary. She owes nobody any explanation. I was especially disappointed when she came out to say, this is my son's father's name. I didn't think she had to do that. It's nobody's business. The people that matter are those that care about you, your family members, your friends.
For a second, if you say it doesn't matter, but this is somebody that has come out to support young girls, somehow to project a certain image as a role model to a lot of people. So don't you think even in the least, she owed those ones an explanation of what happened, because a lot of young girls have put aside a lot of things, saying, you know, I want to be you. You're my role model.
So that maybe because she said that, okay, I speak to secondary school girls, and she goes on tours to secondary school. So go on those tours again and speak to them. I understand that, but I do not understand that calling the fathers, baby fathers, nobody's business. It's her son's business and the man's business and her family members.
Okay, let me come to
when you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. When you live by gossip, when you thinking you'll be immune to gossip, you became a billionaire off other people's stories. So you think you would be immune to the backlash. Right from time, Linda Ikeji's blog was where people vented their frustration. Every time she posted, she will post somebody else's story. They will come there and insult the person. Bang. And she did not delete those comments or say, don't post this kind of comment.
It was business.
So it was business and she profited from it. So for me, this is pure business. The trolls, business. A person I love. You know, I admire her tenacity and hard work. And I feel that even if she had said at a point in her life that nobody should have sex before marriage, even if she had said that being a baby mama is wrong, who is without sin should go and bash her.
Thank you.
So if you feel you are pure, bash her.
Thank you very much, Tokwe, because I want to bring in that issue of hypocrisy. Because Nigerians make it look as if, oh, baby mama drama is just it's so foreign, it's not new. But why do we make this thing of baby mama as if, oh, it's so foreign to us?
No, you know, the
what?
thing...
What's the big
Well, there's a
deal?
conditional baby mama that we can accept as Africans.
Which one is conditional?
Yes, it's conditional. So you don't get married outside wedlock. That's African.
You don't have children.
You don't have, you don't get children outside wedlock. That's African. You can be a divorcee, baby mama. Due to circumstance, people would eventually understand you. But not as a single girl, you just get...
Is that not a selective Africanism?
Wait.
Honestly.
And you don't owe the whole world an explanation. You are the role model. You are the achiever, young lady, business owner, multi-millionaire, and all the girls are supposed to look up to you and do things legitimately. And then you do this and you don't owe the whole world an explanation. Yeah, but... Wait. I remember one story, if I do not remember others, when Linda broke the story of Femi Kuti's children's legitimacy and the DNA. It was the height of insensitivity. I saw YK go through pain thinking of that story alone. And like Tokwe said, she made money out of it. And you see what social media does, it will remind us. Now, for me, the issues are that her concern should have been focused on only one person, that boy. Okay. That innocent baby she had to bring in. Because my own side of the story that I read was that Uncle Baba Baby is the world's best philanderer. And that there was a bet. And she was a victim. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
No, we heard that story.
Wait. That's one side of the story, Mariah. Hold on. That there was a bet with his friends and that she was a victim.
Don't go there.
No.
Let me have to pause you there. Listen, I don't want you to land that point, because the truth is that I don't even want that information coming from this table. They might say it outside. Let it come from this table.
That's a side
it's a side I don't want us to dwell on.
We can't assume that she made a mistake legitimately if she was a victim.
Yes. So that's the point.
May I just land the point? Was she a victim of somebody's excesses?
Yes.
I don't even want us to go into that. The focus right now, Nima, what I would like us to talk about is, yes, she was a role model. She is a role model. Why is she being judged because of this thing that happened, this baby mama thing, or was it a surrogacy arrangement? You know, those are the things people are throwing her on. Yes. So I think, why was this such an issue?
May I hop on that to say that she was accused of trolling baby mamas on her blog for a very long time, talking about them, you know, bashing them, that she can never be one.
She doesn't bash, she just says
No, hold on, she was accused of. Well, I used to follow her then, but I never read any of those stories. But even if she did, people should understand that we make mistakes. And one of the reasons I'm saying this is because what people say can change tomorrow. Life happens to everybody. Now, I would advise people not to make any celebrity you see your role model. Pick somebody from your family who is successful and let the person...
What if you have none?
No, you must have. No, it's safer for you than picking someone you don't know. So she should suspend her life because a lot of young girls are looking up to her. She also mentioned that the age factor was one of the reasons she considered the baby. So it was more like a blessing to her.
So we would have been happy for her if she had come up from day one. Say, listen, guys, hey, I want to get pregnant, I want a baby.
She didn't plan it.
If we had,
she didn't plan
there's
it.
no way, because I think the issue was the secrecy.
Yeah.
She doesn't talk about our relationship.
Yes.
She doesn't talk about. She didn't date that guy openly. We didn't see their pictures together, and they dated on and off for 4 years or 3 years. So it was obvious that she was trying to hide that relationship. They broke up over and over again. She put it out there how she was emotionally down and she was lonely. That she hadn't had a relationship for 7 years, and you now still go and bash us a person because you have boyfriend.
No. Well, I remember the circumstances of her pregnancy a little differently. I remember that there were pictures of her with an engagement ring.
Yes.
So we had the notion that she was engaged, and then I remember when she was in her house and saying, oh, she's going to miss this place, this big apartment, like she was moving to a much smaller place. So concerning, and I remember we had the show, and I was just, I said, this is an adult who's made an adult decision, and after all, she has a ring on her finger, you know. But then...
But that's not marriage.
I understand. But so I'm saying that for me, it seemed like she orchestrated, she acted, she planned it out, you know. Trying to like she was trying to, let me finish, Tokwe. She was trying to, for lack of a better word, deceive us into thinking, okay, this is a person who is engaged to be married and who is in a loving relationship with the person who has made her pregnant. But for me now, I'm listening to everything as it's panned out, is that it seems to me as if this lady sort of made this man baby daddy, whether he liked it or not. I'm ready to have a child, and I've found this person.
Like he was used.
So he did not have, there was no conversation between me and her saying, I want to be a father.
No, that's your own speculation.
Yeah, the story.
Wait. Based on what you just said, Nima, let me come to Nima. Do you think society has put us in that situation? Where maybe the society put you, where you feel that, okay, you're in your late 30s and you have a child, and you feel that pressure.
Yes.
Because the pressure, according to what you're speculating, is that that's what made her put all this thing together. Because societal pressure. I'll let you answer that after the break, Nima. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So before we went on break, we're talking about the issue of societal pressure. You know, just in case this was just poorly planned out. The whole thing was poorly planned out. But what caused it in the first place is what we want to discuss. And let me come to because I know Nima is a very traditional person.
If society pressures you, what you do is, for someone who advocated the kind of things Linda stood for, is to undermarry. It's not to get pregnant.
What?
Undermarry, how do you mean?
Marry someone lower.
So societal pressure would have led her, someone who had value, who believed in celibacy before marriage, to undermarry, to marry below her standard, and you know, because of society, let me just marry somebody.
What if you don't get somebody?
You don't. But a baby mama, a baby outside wedlock is something that you do. And it's a decision you take. It's not due to societal pressure. To have sex before marriage is a decision that you take.
Morayo,
not due to
societal pressure makes many people carry out abortions. Simply because of societal pressure. I don't want people to say I had a child outside wedlock.
Yes.
Because some people are lucky, they were able to get, they were disciplined, they got married to a good man, they met a good man, they married. Does not mean that everybody that has sex before marriage has committed sin that they really wanted to. Because we point fingers and we make people commit crime because they want to appeal to the society.
Exactly.
Every child is a blessing.
Regardless
Every child is a miracle.
Comes.
Some people are spending millions of naira to get a child, they didn't get it.
Okay, let me take this call. I'll come to Ikeji. From London, I think. Mary, are you there?
Hello.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
First time caller.
Welcome to the show, Mary.
Thank you. I want to make a contribution.
Go ahead, please. You have 10 seconds.
I don't believe in gossip. I don't gossip, you know, and I don't really know Linda Ikeji because I don't really follow her. But I believe that if you are ready, you know, to dish it out, to give it out, you should be able to receive it, you know, because I mean that there's no one without a sin, you know, we all make mistakes and all that, you know, and she knows that people make mistakes, and yet she comes on her blog and you know, insult people and put things out there, and then now it's happened to her, and people, you know, you expect people not to say anything about it. You know, I don't think it's right. You know, I don't think that you know, it's anybody's business. You know, I think your business should be your business. But if you're giving it out, then you should be able to receive it.
Thank you very much, Mary. I really take exception to that. I don't think she bashes anybody.
That's what
it's a job. She hires people. Do you think she actually responds to every single person's post, or actually gathers the information and posts it herself? So, in the beginning, but the point of it, it's a business. Don't make it look. Don't make it personal.
Slept with somebody, naked pictures of people. She's the one that you get the latest information from.
It's a job. That's what her blog.
I wanted to disagree with Tokwe quickly before you go to Obiadulu. I beg, borrow me time. So to have a baby, I insist, is a deliberate thing that you decide on as an adult of her age. She's not a 16-year-old girl who got pregnant by mistake. She could have consensual sex and protect it, and nobody would know. A baby is deliberate, Tokwe. It's not love that happened on
She also said she prayed and fasted for that baby. So
we know a baby is deliberate, but you are assuming that for everybody, life happens the same way. Because you saying she should have undermarried is because you think
that's the mistake. That's what societal pressure would do.
No. What if the men are not coming to her?
She said that.
Go and buy a man.
I don't understand.
That's the first question.
But you know that she'll be married before
Why would she buy a man?
That's undermarried. That's what society makes you do.
So is it right?
So you're living for society.
Society makes you wake up one morning and be like, how did I end up with you? That's society.
We were
talking about the pressure here. What the consequence of the pressure? Nobody's talking about right or wrong. We're talking about what pressure would make you do.
We're not talking about right or wrong.
Understand? We're not discussing right or wrong here.
No, but the pressure will.
I want to be clear. Hang it there. I want us to be sure of what Nima said, because I don't want people to start twisting it. She's not saying that is right. She's saying what society makes you do. Which you got either do and buy husband.
But what Linda has done now.
We don't know what she's done.
She has a child outside wedlock and they are having her for it. What are we doing about it?
She deliberately wanted the child.
So what I want
to should protect the child.
What I want us to get from this conversation is understanding that baby mama happens. Sometimes it happens on you.
Yes.
And we must not judge people because of that. That's what I would like to end this conversation with. We can't be judging each other because somebody is a baby mama. And because she's a baby mama doesn't mean that she's less of a role model to a young lady. Because she's made multi-millions on that some of their families can never ever make in their lifetime.
You said something.
It's also about the fact that she's been successful in many what she's done.
Said something and I wanted to, and she's saying it again. For me, you should have role models. You should have people that are succeeding in your area of interest and you look up to them. But you must be realistic in your expectation of how their life should be like. Don't expect them to be perfect because nobody is.
Let me take this call from Romoke. Romoke, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. I want to talk about this issue of Linda Ikeji.
Certainly. Go ahead, please.
I totally agree with Tokwe. I happen to have met her once. I'm not sure if she remembers, in Ikeji General Hospital. I want to say something about peer pressure and then people trying to stigmatize other people. Before we judge, you should look at yourself. A lot of people under societal pressure, parental pressure, my church, and everything, you get about like 5 times because you want to do a glorious wedding in church. If someone is a baby mama, I don't count it as something that is a grievous sin or something. This lady has a life to live. Nobody should judge her. Because so many people are very fast to point accusing fingers at other people. But you look at yourself too and look at your own past.
Exactly.
Who doesn't have something in their skeleton?
All right. Thank you very much, Romoke. Good point.
Can I just...
Let land there.
Yes. So I wanted to say that we react differently to society's pressure. So the same thing happens to both of us. But the way we react is different based on how we perceive the situation, on how our system can handle it. Right. For some people, they undermarry because society is putting pressure on them. For other people, they decide to have a child. I'm getting old. Some people we wait. We had a man of God in this country whose wife died, and he married somebody who has been waiting for him for 60 years. I don't want to mention his name.
We know.
Yes, we know. In this country. So, yes, she had been waiting for that love. With all the
60 years in this country.
Yes, a big man of God. With all the society's pressure. Do you understand? But other people would have said, I can't wait for you. Let me have a child. Let me have children.
Write the person's name here. Let me get
so let's not assume that you should go this way because it happened. Yes.
All right, let me go to
my own pressure, society's pressure that for me is that she's allowing the pressure make her come out and give trolls an opportunity to pounce on her and pounce on the innocent child.
Yes.
You know, so that is my own. You can decide to make your life private. You can decide to do that, you know, to separate your life. And I think a lot of us have forgotten that social media is not real life.
At all.
We do not owe social media people explanation. If you're a media person and something happens and you need to address it, press conference, put out something in print. But you cannot sit down and be responding to every negative comment that comes to you. And these people already have their mind.
It's easier said than done.
I know, listen.
I have been through this in the last 1 week or 2 weeks, and trust me, it's not as easy as you're saying.
I understand. I'm not saying that when you're going through this is easy. I'm saying that when you are going through this, the people that matter the most will help keep you safe. Whenever I know everybody will have their day in the sun, and when my own time comes, and I hope that I have the support system that would say to me, Miriam, close your eyes to this, don't listen to this. So I have the support system that will telling me, be strong until it blows over. For me, it's just a lot about ego to try and prove to the next person that I'm better.
Fine, this is it. Whether you were deliberate or you made a mistake, own up to your actions and the consequence of them. Protect the innocent. You see, I hate that they had to put this baby, and some people comment about this baby in the entire situation is the best thing that happened in all of this. Out of all the death, we found gold. So please protect that baby. Because of that baby, you don't owe anybody any explanation. And Baba baby, you should be trying everything. Baba baby. Yes. You should be trying everything. You see, that's where maturity comes in. Whatever happened would have been pushed aside for that baby. Baba baby.
Nima, let me pause you because Emanuela has been holding for a while. Are you still there, Emanuela?
Yes, good morning.
Please, go ahead. Thanks for calling.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's better having women calling the show back to back. We have guys. Go ahead.
I am a follower of Linda Ikeji. Well, what she did wasn't right, sorry. Irrespective of the fact that people make mistakes, but there are some mistakes that you as an individual shouldn't make. She was being the one saying, baby mama, Mariah, I can see your face, don't make that face.
So you don't make mistakes, Emanuela. You're a perfect human being.
No, nobody is perfect, but if you are coming out to backlash people and you are saying there's a level of
agree with you.
Emanuela, should not take. There are some things that we don't expect you to do as a leader, as a role model. Even if, like Nima said, a baby is a planned decision. You are not 16 years.
So what should she do after she has made the mistake?
Tell us young girls that be celibate and get a good man and get married, then you should also do the same thing. If you know you are going to be pregnant,
what should she do? She has made the mistake.
Was staged, as far as I'm concerned. You staged the whole thing. Thank you.
Who defines the mistake?
With Emanuela, let me say with Emanuela, I think a lot of us will be, wondering, are we saying, if we are saying she made a mistake, then let's say this is a mistake that she has made and
not
was
encouraging,
bad. And not encouraging, because so we need to understand, because that's something that gets lost sometimes. We're like, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? And then we forget that a mistake has been made, a crime has been committed. I understand that, not judging. But we need to also point out that it was a mistake that has been made, so that we don't make that mistake.
You see, I'm on this table every day, praising my own spouse every single time, talking about how great he is, how he's the best guy that has lived, how he's such a confident man. They don't hear that. For many years I've been saying that. One slip and suddenly social media. So the point that, listen, people slip. But doesn't mean you should judge them based on that slip. So that's the problem. That's the issue with the trolls.
Can we face the man when we come back from the break?
Yes. I want to even face the little boy, the fine boy, the christening, the church event, the billionaires are holding him.
Yes.
All the billionaires. Please, let's go and we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're celebrating Jace now. We don't talk about the negative issues because the baby is such a beautiful baby. Cute. They did a christening. Was it christening or baby dedication? Okay, because we baby dedication in our own church. So then, people came to support. Oh, it's such a beautiful boy. Now, in your view, because there were issues now, after they finished Linda matter, then I started saying the issues of the church, that what she went to church, the Catholic doctrine, it's supposed to be father-mother thing, what happened, was it waived because of her? Someone said it's because of the kind of Catholic church you go to or the area. go your Catholic church, because there's Catholic churches in certain areas that you cannot even try that. But there are some are liberal than others, so maybe it was accepted. And then the other stories about the baby father, like what role is he playing? Is he part of this? I'm sure she doesn't really need in the but at some point,
she mentioned, she wrote it over and over again that this
chapter is completely closed. But at some point, a guy, he wouldn't a male role model at some point, but then that time, when that bitch comes, we'll cross it. Yeah. But for now, in your view...
I have two tweets. Can I quickly take it? Yes. So Kehinde Oguntaya says, Mariah, do you have a gossip blog? Do you know how many relationships she has broken or destroyed? Is it because it's not in the news? She needs the backlash. Now she'll know how it feels.
Mariah doesn't have a gossip blog and people looking for her.
That's a question. Electrical says, good morning, ladies. What Linda did is not a mistake. She knows the father of her baby, and her father, the father also knows the baby.
Andrew says the woman that married the man of God was a widow, previously married with children. Okay. It doesn't relate to Linda Ikeji's case. Please get your facts right.
Andrew Instream says, but when Kemi Olunloyo, the renowned investigative journalist, revealed Linda Ikeji's baby situation, all the morons backing Linda said, I'm quoting, Kemi was evil. I knew Kemi was doing her job as a Western journalist. Longman Jerry said, she has made a mistake by condemning baby mamas. Now she's a victim. What do you expect people to say? They will say worse.
Kemi is now celebrating her. You know, congratulating her. Let me take this call from Adetone that I come to. Adetone, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please go ahead. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I listen to everybody's opinion, and in one way or the other, everyone is right.
Yes.
But what I just feel is how she penned our love letter, because I believe that she sort of insinuated that the guy was not good enough for her. She went out of her way to date him. He was living in Peach Roundabout. She used to be in traffic. I didn't believe that she needed to say all that about the guy. She should have just written the letter that, okay,
for the sake of
we had a relationship for so long, we thought we could get it to marriage level. We didn't get there. It didn't work out. I'm with my baby. I'm happy. And this is what it is. I probably didn't know that at this point of my life, I'm going to have a child out of wedlock, but this is what it is. And end it there.
Right.
And I noticed that about her. When she tries to explain a situation, maybe she's gotten backlash on some issues. Like that lady, one lady had cancer one time. The story trended. She broke the story that the family was trying to steal the money, the fund that they raised for her and all that. And when she wrote her retract story, what she wrote was that even if the family had intentions of diverting the money, they can't do that now and all that. Although she didn't actually get the right information.
Thank you very much, Adeso.
So, let me take this two tweets. Okay, I need these two tweets. Oduayo says, in all this drama, privacy is power. What people don't know, they can't ruin. Black Maria says, there's nothing there to be a baby mama. Life happens. But her past heavy bashing of baby mamas makes her case worse. You can't condemn baby mamas and expect the world to keep quiet when you fall victim. I don't think she was pressured. I think it's business as usual. Let me reiterate what Miriam was trying to say, just so that we would set the record straight. So, your view is not want to promote any vices or negative value. Proper values are the things that we promote here.
Yeah.
We cannot continue to say, it's a mistake, so what? So that everybody goes ahead and make the mistake and say, so what? People should live life and try to avoid such mistakes and live life with the proper values. I believe she was properly raised. Her younger sister got married. I think she was, and this mistake should not be what we should be promoting and saying no. She should own up to this mistake and then move on.
We're not promoting
and not encourage the mistake for the role models or people who have made her their role models.
We're not encouraging, exactly. We're not even encouraging the mistake.
That's not.
What defines a mistake?
I'm really happy that the Catholic Church allowed that baby get christened in the church. The church usually casts out what they see as sinful or against their doctrine, but we must represent what Jesus stood for, which is love. So yes, people are bashing the Catholic Church, that the Catholic Church is exempting, taking a boycott from their standard rule, which is to say that you must be married before having children, and you must come with the father and mother must be where you're christening the child. I don't think it is wrong for them to have allowed it happen. It was good because that child is innocent and should be christened in the church.
Yes. A couple of more tweets. After she fell, according to King James Version, said after, after she fell pregnant, fell in capital letters, pregnant, she should know better than consistently bringing her baby out to social media. I would have expected that she would do all to help him have a nice, lovely, normal, quiet life. He doesn't need all these dramas, Biko. Simply Kafi says, this one, Moakaba, she's defending Linda. Have you forgotten that she's the first person to post your issue last 2 weeks?
That's why we must forgive and love.
Dr. Oladipo says, you don't want to bash Linda because she went against what she preached, but you can bash Oyedepo for talking politics. Nima is right. Linda, please use protection next time.
Simple.
Oh my God, human beings.
Any other things? Okay, so our closing comments. So let me let Miriam come start.
Oh, well, I think we've said it all. Learn to keep your private life private.
For those that want to.
And then you cannot see. One thing about social media and responding to social media, I was saying to my husband this morning, I said it's like a pigsty, you know, with pigs playing in it. And then here you are, you're the one trying to defend yourself, and then you jump into the pigsty with the pigs. You cannot come out of that place clean. You know, so the thing is, just turn off social media for the time being and then move on.
Point you made, because if it is you, like in this situation, the subject is Linda. Yes, she could do that and just ignore and move on. If it was me, I can ignore. But the moment there's a third party, there's a baby involved, there's the spouse involved, there's somebody, those are people that these things affect. And that's what breaks marriages and breaks homes. So sometimes it's always necessary for the person, the subject, the person, the object in this situation.
That's a concluding comment, so we cannot enter argument again.
So actually,
it's not an argument,
to
but
redress the situation.
I need to
so that the other people involved.
Let me tell you the difference between yours and what happened to you and what Linda did. You did not mean to bring your husband into this. People turned it around. Linda brought her son and laid him on the altar of public judgment.
And that's her choice. Can I say quickly that as a public figure, choose how you want to respond to backlash, because it will come. Not everybody who's on your page commenting, not everybody who claims to be your fan really likes you. Some people are just haters, waiting for any little slip so that they come at you. So coming into the limelight, prepare yourself, get a thick skin, and choose, do I want to be the kind of celebrity that will be giving them clap back like a Bobrisky or a Davido? Or do I want to be the kind of celebrity that will just ignore and just stay away? So choose that and stick to it. Simple.
Yes. I think life happens to everybody, and it would, while we know what is right and wrong, most people in their privacy know they've done wrong things, but we come outside and judge others because theirs is open. And so we feel that because they've caught this thief, I would shout at you, but you are also stealing behind the scene. God is watching every one of us.
Simple. Nima.
Okay, there's a Yoruba song Sonia just said, Abizi obey the assignment. I think people should try to imbibe this in their publicity life. I remember we took a tweet, I was quoted on your view once when I said, using prostituting to raise your child is a curse on that child, which is my culture in Auchi. And the insult on my page, it was my husband who read it. It was well insulted. Me, I was called prostitute. I had boyfriends, comments and all that. I don't bother to read or comment. You see, what you post is for you. It remains in your domain. Deal with it.
All right. That's all we can take on the show. It's our last live, except for Christmas Day. It's our last live show today. So I think we'll see you on Christmas Day. Well, your view will still be on. It's recorded, but at least
it's not live.
It's not live. But have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. We'll see you on Christmas Day. And don't forget, come early. We can only take 30 people. So come early so you can get a seat. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you next week on Christmas Day. Santa will be here to give out gifts. Bye-bye.